You're watching the Dakota Poker Tour. We are down to two tables. So we have a feature table and a second table going on right now. Down to 17 players, I believe. Top 15 get paid, so we're almost on the bubble. It's been a very eventful day. It's gone by very quick thus far, knock on wood. But we're going to go ahead and introduce our players and go ahead and get right to the action. In seat one, we have Justin Cole of Mapleton, North Dakota, $425,000 in chips. In seat two, not sitting right now, but she will be soon, Nikki Smith of Henning, Minnesota, $360K in chips. In seat three, we have Martin Short of Grand Forks. He's got $1,450,000 in chips. He is our chip leader at the table. In seat two, though, right behind Martin is Mark Duffner of Crookston. He's got $1,400,010 in his chip stack. In seat five, we have Brian Banish of West Fargo. He's got $600K. In seat six, we have Tyler Kolness of Hendrum, Minnesota. He's got $165,000 in chips. In seat seven, Jesse Hadland from Fargo, $525,000. And to round off our feature table here, we got Mark Chapman of Baudette, Minnesota, $510,000. So we're just making one last quick adjustment with the cameras and whatnot, and then we are going to shuffle up and deal. So we'll just wait for our word from our tournament director. Yeah, so blinds are starting out at $15,000, $30,000 with a $30,000 big blind ante.
Attention players. The blinds have changed. The small blind is 15,000 and
Yesterday at our highest or our peak entries, we had 106, I believe, unique entries. Coming in 108. Coming into today, we have 122 unique entries. So extra, do the math on that, 12 people, I think that is. 14 people. What's math? So we're finally down to 17 players left. Top 15 places get paid, so the players have all agreed to donate $20 to the bubble. So the person to go out in 16th place, it's always pretty bittersweet. You make it through a 2-day tournament, sitting here for what could be hours on end, and you grind away, you make it down to the right before you cash, find yourself potentially as the short stack, and you just maybe want to hold it off until another short stack goes out, but eventually, someone's got to be the bubble. So it's kind of an unwritten courtesy, I guess, in the world of poker, is oftentimes you donate $20 or something to the bubble. But first place to get paid out will be 15th. That'll be worth $500 in here. Wow. Okay, so Nikki raising to 100K. Mark will fold. Brian folds. And actually, everyone folds, so Nikki will pull in little nice sized pot there, 175,000. So the chips on the table, the blues are 5,000. The yellows are 25K, and those reds are 100K. Since this was a monster stack, a pretty 90,000 in starting chips, we might even bust out for the first time ever the 1 million plaque, which would be pretty cool. I'm sure we'll see that here at the final table. We'll get at least one out there, I promise you that. Another couple notables in the field. Mike Merrick still in. Also Tiny from Hawaii. He made it all the way. Thought maybe there was inclement weather that was preventing him from showing up yesterday, but he actually said his private jet had a couple missing parts or some broken parts, so he said he couldn't wait for the mechanics, so he just fixed it himself. Flew in to the Fargo Jet Center. Heck, no, actually, that's not right. He did tell me he had a personal escort to the Grand Forks Air Force Base. So that was pretty cool, treating our Dakota Poker Tour players like the royalty that they are. Another notable in the field, Chris Kuhn of Grand Forks. So him and Mike, great friends of the Dakota Poker Tour. Cody Slusher did not show up. We're not sure why. He'll have to answer for that. Looks like Brandon Dosh is no longer in the field, so sucks for him. But the good news, it is very early in season XI, so plenty of time and plenty of tournaments to start racking up some points. We've got an all-in and a call. Looks like it'll be Tyler and Brian, so seat 5 and 6. Flop comes 5-8 king. That's going to help Tyler. And a 6. I think we just need to avoid a 7 on the river. And it's a 3 of diamonds. That gives Tyler the flush, which was unnecessarily flexing to double up. So that's much needed chips for Tyler Colness. Tyler, again, from yesterday, a very decorated poker player. Players are going to have to watch out for him. You know, he's made it pretty deep into this tournament, and based on, you know, his stats online, whatever that poker tracking app is, he's won over $250,000 in his lifetime. And looking to add that here, top prize. Holy crap, I haven't even said what the top prize is. In a $20,500 prize pool, first place will be taking home $7,750. Certainly nothing to sneeze at. No, it is something to that is in fact something you would sneeze at. As we watch this, Tom Brady is trying to make a comeback from the Los Angeles Rams. It's 4th and 5, 4.5 minutes left. So he's got to convert first down and he doesn't. So that's going to probably do it for Tampa Bay. Bummer. Can't always be good, TB12. We are in the Playmakers Lounge, or upstairs of the Playmakers Lounge at the Canad Inn in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Certainly is not, it's one of our better venues for a poker tournament, especially of this size, except for stairs. Stairs are not fun, especially when you're carrying all the poker tables and equipment up and down the stairs, but that's just how she goes. It's what you gotta do. But here we got Mark and Brian in a hand together. Flop comes ace king 7. So Brian flopping a straight draw, and Mark hits his ace. So he's gonna lead out and bet 75,000. Brian, looking at his cards again, he'll go ahead and fold. I'll take a little peek at the field. There's 2 tables here, so you can see the final table, boom, right there, and then our feature table, I guess, over there on the right, or second table over there on the right. And if you're just seeing this broadcast now, maybe you're new to the Dakota Poker Tour and want to know how you can get in on the action here. We do have another tournament coming up. Our next tournament is next month. It'll be Saturday, February 12th at the M&J Saloon in West Fargo. That will be a one-day tournament. However, there will be satellite flights, I guess. Satellites run on Friday evening, so you can play in those, and I'm sure if you win, you get a chance to, or you qualify for the main tournament on Saturday. So come on down to M&J Saloon. You can check the rest of our Facebook page or dakotapokertour.com for all of the rest of our upcoming events. I guess while we're on that topic, and we'll see here, Nikki raises to 115,000. Martin Short will 3-bet and re-raise it to 630,000. That is essentially going to put Nikki all in. So is she willing to risk her entire tournament life right here, right now? Think all you want, Nikki. This is not a time to make hasty decisions. I put myself in Nikki's shoes, and probably not a big fan of calling here. It just doesn't really make that much sense to risk the entire tournament life on a middle pair. Especially knowing, if someone's going to come over the top and 3-bet you. 1 is Martin just being aggressive and trying to bully me out of this pot. And 2, if he does have the cards to back it, probably going to have an overpair already. Or definitely 2 overcards, which puts you at a, looking at a coin flip at best. Yeah, Nikki will call the all-in, so here it is. The last Nikki in the field. So we got 8s versus ace 10. Flop comes 6-6. Jack needs to avoid an ace or a 10. Needs to avoid an ace or a 10. Turn is a 2. 5 outs remain for Martin to river Nikki. Will it happen? And a queen on the river. That's going to mean Nikki stays alive. Taking a little page out of the Bee Gees record. Staying alive. So a much needed double up for Nikki. I'm sure she is through the moon. So if you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, thank you very much. If you are not yet on YouTube, subscribe to the Dakota Poker Tour. You can go ahead and do that now. Hit the thumbs up button on this video because, let's all be honest, you like this because you're watching it. So give it a like. You can share it right now so your friends can watch you maybe win or lose at poker. But we are one more person closer to the bubble. I think we might actually be on. No, we're not, because Nikki didn't get busted out. So I think we're still at 17. Again, top 15 places get paid. First person to go out or in that prize pool in 15th place will get $500 all the way up to $7,750. So Tyler and Jesse will fold over to Mark, looking down at King Jack. He's going to raise it up to 80,000. Justin Cole all in. Seat 1, he's in the hijack position. Nikki folds. So 350 more to call for Mark. For the love of all things holy, Tampa Bay, just go away, Tom Brady. Go away. Tampa Bay forces a fumble on the 30-yard line. They're now going to be 1st and 10 from the Rams 30, and they are going to be looking at tying the game. I don't know what's more exciting right now, the football game or this poker game. Of course, Super Bowl is coming up here in a few weeks, and nothing better during the Super Bowl than to flip on over to the Animal Planet and watch the Puppy Bowl. Perhaps one of my favorite programs of all year. 100% puppies playing all the time. And doggone are they cute. Back to poker. Jesse will fold. Mark looking down at ace-10 suited. He's looking to go all in for $430,000. Justin folds, Nikki folds. Martin folds, Mark folds. Brian folds. And looks like Tyler folded as well, so not much action there, but Mark will pull some much-needed chips his way, especially knowing he was about to be in the big blinds, so he stole some blinds and antes to help finance this next orbit around the table, just so you kind of maintain the same amount. So shout out, got our first little comment here on Facebook from Gloria Owen Freeze. Says, "Go Nikki Smith, I'm watching you." And we'll fold. Over to Martin. He's going to... Looks like he's raising to 120. Action on Tyler Colness. He's going to fold. Jesse will fold. Everyone folds, so we will go into our next hand. So once we do get down to a final table, we will end this stream and we will re-up or start another stream as final table action. So just a heads up, when this one does end, we will be starting another one for the final table. I had the pleasure yesterday of dealing for both Martin and Jesse. They were both at my table. So nice to see both of those players still in. Like to think I had a hand in that, but literally did nothing but shove them cards. So just going to toot my horn a bit, but we're going to... Martin Short's raised up to 80,000 onto Mark Chapman. Martin with ace 10 will go all in. We'll update Mark's last name. He's not a champ, and he's a Chapman. Just a chap, man. He's not a champ, at least not yet, but he certainly is making a push. From the 500,000 in chips that or Mark has or so, at least that was a starting stack. Probably about the average chip stack at this tournament right now. Again, we got 2 tables left. Nikki looking down at King Queen. She's going to fold. Martin, Ace Jack, offsuit. He will raise it up to 60,000. 100K, my bad. Over to Mark, he'll fold, and Justin will also fold. So it looks like Martin will pull in the blinds and antes. Yeah, Gloria Owen Free says, "We wish we were there with you, and we wish you were here with us as well." Again, we'll buzz on over to our somewhat overview of the tournament. Still got 2 tables going on. Haven't heard of anyone else going down, so I think we're still at 17 players. We are down to 16, actually. So we are on the bubble. Next person to go out will get $20 from each player and go home with something. So Tyler's going to go all in. Jesse will fold. Over to Mark. 195,000 to call, so it'll be about 65% of his chip stack, but they're going to fold over and fold. And there's Tyler had ace 3, so that's what he was going all in with. Got another Nikki Smith fan on the live stream, Billy Wenschlag. I'm sure they're all from same area of Henning, Minnesota. Tyler will go all in again. He's really trying to force some action here. Jesse looking down at ace-queen. Man, yeah, he's going to go all in as well. He's probably got Tyler covered, and he does. So we're going to fold around to Justin and Nikki. They're going to fold. Martin Short looking down at ace-jack suited. This is definitely a hand that he would maybe want to get it all in with, but man, at this point, you know, just get out of the way. Let these two battle it out. Unless you have aces or kings, like I just wouldn't be calling this, knowing 2 players went all in. So we have ace queen. Oh boy, we didn't go straight to a turn, but we'll figure this out. I think it's king queen versus ace queen. So that would mean okay, so Tyler did win. We just had a little screw up on the cards there. I think that queen of clubs did not read on the whole cards for Tyler, but it did read when it came across the community cards, the flop. So that's why you saw that queen of clubs there that was actually in Tyler's hand. But Tyler doubled up off of Jesse. Jesse's not sitting too good now. And what in the heck just happened today? Tampa Bay ties it up. This is go away, Tom Brady. It's time to retire right now. So Mark is called the big blind, and Brian will check his option. So Mark will bet 50,000 into Brian. Brian re-raises to 150,000. Thinks that number is a little bit more, a lot better, I guess. Mark not wanting to do too much with that hand. He'll fold. Goodness gracious, we have just a Nikki fan club in our comment section. Dallas DeWitt, welcome to the live stream, and thank you for chiming in. Jesse's all in, about 105,000. Justin will go all in for 430,000, trying to not make it enticing for anyone else to call. The mere 105,000 in Jesse's chip stack, and as we do, and so, oh God, and Tyler, wow, he's got aces. This is insane. So this is going to be an interesting hand. Tyler with aces, Jesse king 8, Justin with 2 9s. We're going to see a flop here, folks. This could be insane. 4-4-5, no help to anyone. Tyler's aces in the lead. Gosh, Tyler has the chance to knock out 2 competitors with this one hand. Turns a jack. Basically going to need a 9 and a 9 only for Justin. He's the last one that has a chance to win, and the river is a 4. That's going to give Tyler a full house and Justin, but Tyler's just a little bit better. And what a time to wake up to pocket aces. 2 players all in before you. You look down at those 2 cards, and I mean, I'm sure he saw them before everyone else went all in, but holy cow, that eliminates the bubble person and 15th place, $500 for them. So we are now down to 14 players here at the Monster Stack at the Canad Inn in Grand Forks. You are watching Season XI coverage. Wow, what a hand that just was, knocking out two players. That gets a monkey off a lot of players' back who just didn't want to be the bubble. So Tyler Colness, call it luck, call it skill, call it what you will. When you have aces and you got people all in, I'm certainly calling myself. So Tyler Colness not quite really tripling up, but adding massive stack of chips. So we'll go ahead and take a look at our chip count here. There's Mark Duffner with 1.4 million, and with that win, double elimination, Tyler in second place on our feature table with 1.2 million. We are going to bring a new player into the fold here. So we got Barry Traub coming in from East Grand Forks. He will be sitting in seat 7. So we're just going to get a chip count real quick from our dealer, Matt Jensen. Thank you very much. Matt, always a excellent dealer and just all-around good personality to have, whether he's playing or dealing in the Dakota Poker Tour. We're always happy to have Matt Jensen here.
Are they ready? Matt, they're ready? All right, go ahead and deal, please.
So Barry's going to come into this table with a little over $500,000 in chips, 595,000 to be exact. So Barry coming into a very lively feature table. Sounds like our blinds will be going up after this hand. It'll be 20,000, 40,000 with a 20,000 chip big blind ante. So Martin raises to 100,000. Mark Duffner will call, and we'll see a flop. Comes Jack 6-6. Rainbow, no help to either player. Martin's ace high is still good. Mark's going to need runner, heart, king or queen. That's another rainbow, so no help to either player. So Martin will bet 125,000. Mark will fold, meaning Martin will be winning that pot. Another shout out, a couple shout outs on our Facebook live stream. Abershay Halverson. We got that volume or hissing noise resolved. And then, forgive me if I say your last name poorly, Susan Griskowitz. Let me know how I did on that. Griskowitz. Nikki looking down at 10-8. She'll fold. Over to Martin looking down at Jack-6. He will also fold. Mark folds. Over to Brian. He will raise it up to 100K. Action is on Tyler Colness. And Tyler's going to go all in. So he's all in with pocket nines. Barry Traub new to the table as pocket fives. which I don't think Barry's ever been on the feature table before or final table, but I'm going to. Oftentimes we see new players to the stream, and they come in as like a shorter stack, and then they go all in very shortly into their time on our feature or final table, and that pretty much does it for them. So using up just a couple of their 15 minutes of fame, but there we are. It's going to fold. Barry folds. Marco folds, so Brian will win.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Coon. Nice run, though. For having the shortest amount of tournament play.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Do you do East Grand Forks or Grand Forks? I don't know the difference. One's from Minnesota, one's from North Dakota. There's an entire state line that divides those towns. Oh, she says, like she didn't know these things because she's from Las Vegas. Genius. She's got a World Series of Poker bracelet though, guys. C3 raises to 100,000. C4 folds. C5 folds. C6 folds. C7 folds. C8 folds. C1 folds. Excuse me, C2 folds. C3 takes it down. Kept people on empty on purpose so I didn't have to deal with any of these people down there. I don't want to hurt anyone with my elbows. Our meeting your case. The blinds are currently 20,000 and 40,000, yes. 2044.
Another couple shout-outs here on the Facebook live streams. Jake Stringfellow, welcome. Peter and/or John Murray Wagner, once again, welcome, aunt and/or uncle, if you're both watching. And then Sandra Hadeland says, "Go Jesse." Fortunately, she's going to find out, would have found out by now, that Jesse is busted, and I think he might have gone out in the bubble.
C2 calls. C3 calls. Heads up.
So Nikki's ace king versus Tyler's ace 4. We have 6-10-2 on the flop rainbow. So Nikki's going to check it up. Tyler probably going to look to be aggressive here. He's going to throw out 55,000, and I don't think Nikki's going to go anywhere at that price, especially considering her hand. Wow, okay, so Tyler just being aggressive first, forced Nikki to fold. She just doesn't want any part of that since she didn't catch anything on the flop, even despite her having the best hand. Next two people that go out will each earn $500. Then 10th through 12th place will be $550. all the way up to our grand prize here of $7,750. This year, again, we're giving away 3 $1,500 World Series of Poker packages. Have our Tournament of Champions, the Player of the Year, and our Player Appreciation free roll. So yesterday we saw Eric DeWitt play on our feature table. He was our Season X Player Appreciation free roll champion. So he basically had enough points to qualify for the Player Appreciation free roll. Played in it, won a $1,500 World Series of Poker prize package. So pretty cool little story there. Mike Merrick still in on table 2. Mike again yesterday. Actually, starting on Friday, Mike was gracious enough to lend us a hand on loading in as we had to carry a bunch of equipment upstairs. Every one of our tables was carried up here one by one, so Mike helped out with that. And so in compensation, we gave him some money to just pay the guy. And with that money, or we gave him, I don't remember how it all played out, but ended up playing in the satellites. He won in the satellite, so we qualified for Saturday. And then with the $100 we paid him, used that to get his full buy-in. And so Mike Merrick is 100% free-rolled this tournament, and 100% will get paid today, minimum of $500. So not bad for a weekend's worth of a little bit of work and a lot of bit of poker. So for those following along, maybe watching the football game as well, Tom Brady eliminated from the playoffs finally. I was scared he was going to win again. Mark will fold. Nikki will fold. Over to Martin, looking down at ace-5. He's going to reach for chips and either call or raise it up here. Looks like he's raising it up. Potentially $125,000. It'll cause Mark and Brian to fold. Tyler folds, and Mark will pull in the blinds and annies. And goodness gracious, Nikki, you got a ton of fans out there. Take it down, Nikki, says David Lench. Blake Ryan Skogstad, curious as to why no one's drinking beer. And I don't know, you're going to have to come down and ask him yourself, I guess. Then Joe Mitchell, got a little fan club going now for TK, Tyler Colness. So Tyler being perhaps the most successful poker player at either one of these tables. Of course, we have very decorated poker players on both tables, ones who have been in DPT and in other poker tournaments, local, regional poker, what would you call it, productions. But here we'll see Mark Chapman go all in. Nikki folds. Martin folds. Mark and Brian fold. Tyler folds. Looking over at Barry, he's going to fold as well. So Mark will pull in some blinds and annies as well. And my oh my, Nikki's fan club just keeps growing. Jerry Freeze, all the way from Staples, Minnesota. It's down Highway 10 from Fargo. Says he's a fan of Nikki as well, so I think we can pretty much definitively say that Nikki's got the biggest fan club going on right now. Just got word that despite we got 3 players over $1 million in chips on this table, Tiny from Hawaii on table 2 is been reported to be our chip leader.
This might be the best game of the weekend. Oh, yeah. Seat 8, call. Come on, heads up to the flop.
Welcome to the stream, Hart Haug. Another fan of TK's. Looks like, as I'm seeing it live come in, you guys are 15 minutes in the past. So we just had TK's massive 2-way all-in that he called with aces. And yeah, it is a pretty crazy time to wake up to those. But we've got Barry and Mark in on a hand. Nothing too crazy there. Just some betting, checking, and folding, you know, pretty standard poker things. Just want to maybe warn you guys on the Facebook live stream to not click on any risky links from that Dio DeMera. We will not post any links in there or prove of that, so don't be the next victim of a phishing scam. So Martin will raise it up to 125,000. We're going to fold around to TK. Oh, he's got kings. Jeebus criminy. What's he going to do here? He's going to raise it up. Looks probably 250, 300,000. 250,000. So it's a min raise, but that's a lot of chips to be putting out there. We'll see if Martin wants to commit to it. Nikki will fold as well. So Martin will call. So our pot will be 600,000 going into the flop. Flop comes 226. So Tyler's kings are holding up. We'll see what Tyler does. Wouldn't be surprised either way, which way he goes, but there's probably another 250,000. And Martin will fold knowing he's got absolutely nothing. So Tyler pulling in a nice size pot, starting to accumulate more and more chips. Man, watch out, everyone. TK's coming for you.
But that same dealer then said same bet when somebody else bet the same place. I was so confused. That was a rough rider event. Yeah, I was like, what? I can't say, but you can? Okay, I guess.
Guess we'll give a little shout out to our sponsors here. Posh Hair Salon, which they don't just do hair. They do all sorts of salon things. So thank you, Posh, for being a sponsor. Randy's Diner, thank you very much for supporting the Dakota Poker Tour. We appreciate you, Randy's Diner. Also opening up a second location. Might already be open, I'm not sure. But over in West Fargo. Also want to let you know it's the new year. It's time to do your taxes, people. Best person to do that is the tax lady. Any and all things tax related, tax lady will take care of you. Also thanking Heavenly Hog and Listen Inc., the sponsoring charity for today's Monster Stack tournament. It's been 2 years since we've been here, and you can see Brian Banish raising it up to $115,000. Barry Traub has $115,000 to call, which I wouldn't doubt if we did see that, either that or a re-raise.
All in has been declared by seat 7.
Yeah, Barry's going all in for about $670,000. Mark, ace-9 to call. Nope, he's going to fold. Nikki folds.
Seat 2 folds.
Martin will fold.
Seat 3
Mark will fold into Brian, who's the original aggressor in this hand, and he'll also fold. So in case you're curious, as Hart is, the delay is 15 minutes. You are not watching exactly live. It's on a 15-minute delay. So don't even try to feel cheeky and text your friends out here that what they have or what the other player has, because that hand is already over with.
Seat 5 raises all in.
So Brian in seat 5 will go all in. Tyler will fold. Over to BT. Looking down at pocket 7s. Be about half his chip stack to call. Getting this far into a tournament, or regardless the number of players at the table, still don't think it's necessarily wise. Pocket 7s is great, but he's got middle pair at best. But Brian being the short stack, maybe Barry's thinking he could be all in with almost anything. At least a half-decent hand. So here we see Martin coming up with 2 5s in his hand. He's going to pause, think about it, maybe watch the football game for a couple seconds. And oh no, Martin was up, so Martin folded. Mark folds.
All in and call.
No, Brian Banish will call with ace-8 versus Barry.
Ace 8 is at rest.
Barry 7s. Brian at risk
Look all in.
for his tournament life. See if he can double up off of Barry. And our flop comes 3 king 2. No help. We need an ace or an 8 for Brian to pull ahead. And there's another king. He's got 4 outs left. And the river is
Clear down.
was a 4 of clubs on the river. And that's going to do it for Brian Banish. He's going to get eliminated in 14th place. That's good for $500. Next person to be eliminated will be another $500. The first real big pay jump comes when you hit 7th place. That's when we hit the 4-figure mark. And our top prize here, again, $7,750. So we do have about 15 minutes until this level is over. and we will end the stream for our feature table. Wait down till we get to a final table, and we will restart the stream once we reach a final table. So we're just 4 players from being eliminated away. Start with Barry. Barry will fold over to Mark, the champ man. Nikki will fold. Martin folds. And Mark will also fold over to TK, who wins because he was in the big blind, so everyone folds around to him, and TK didn't have to do anything to win that. That's easy.
I feel like that's a threat to the people who don't have chip stacks or guys' size.
Oh, I'm still gonna try to get him.
Oh, cool. In due time.
In due time. Yeah. Nothing's guaranteed.
They're not easy chips to get.
I know, I played with them. It's like
Mark will fold coming into our next hand here. Nikki will fold. Martin with ace-10 suited will raise it up here. Looks to be either 125,000. Mark folds over to TK. He'll fold. I think we just blasted off into space there. Or to Barry Trout with king, queen of diamonds. Not a bad hand at this point. But when we look at Martin's hand, it's a little bit better. But we'll see if a bunch of diamonds come out here. That would make things interesting. But Jack, 9-3. Barry will get a gut shot straight draw. But Martin's ace high is still good, and he'll bet 150,000. He's going to test the waters here with Barry. See if he wants to chase that 10 when he is not going to do that. I don't blame him. Could have been a lot worse knowing what cards we see from both players. Both have high diamonds. Don't forget our next Dakota Poker Tour event will be at the M&J Saloon for the Dead Money Open on Saturday, February 12th. And if you want a chance to make like Mark Merrick and free roll your way to the money, you can watch out for FPN League nights in Fargo the week of. We'll be giving away seats to those tournaments. So if you take down a FPN League night, you will win a free seat. If that doesn't quite tickle your fancy, then show up on Friday night. We'll have satellite tournaments running, and we'll be giving away more seats into Saturday's one-day event. So it is a one-day event. I'm sure cards will be in the air at noon. It's been 2 years since we've done this tournament and 2 years since we've done the Dead Money Open. Another shout out coming down the line. We got Bill Madison cheering on Nikki Smith.
C3 raises to 125,000. C4 folds 125,000. 5 total. Seat 6 folds. Seat 7 folds. Seat 8 folds. Seat 2 folds.
This is hand 37.
Seat 4 folds.
Seen 4 eliminations coming into this feature table. We are down to 2 tables yet again. Blinds have gone up. I believe they're 20,000, 40,000 with a 40,000 big blind ante. Fold around to Martin.
Seat 3 checks. Got his with actions and flop.
Martin will check his option. Flop comes 5 deuce 6. Barry picking up a gut shot. Same thing with Martin. Would be a little bit better if he did hit the 4 now. But Martin very much behind, given his awful starting hand. But he's going to bet into this. 40,000 over to Barry.
Seat 7 to clear raise. Actions at 90,000.
So Barry's going to re-raise it to 90,000, putting pressure on Martin. Martin will go ahead and fold, giving Barry the chips in the middle.
Yeah, and then you realize he's like, oh, there's someone down.
Did he do the fake slide? I thought that was illegal.
He was about to try to slide, and then you realize he had no
Another shout out into our Facebook live stream. John Magnuson. And what do you know? Another fan of Nikki. So I'm sure that's a little bit of a inside joke where he says popcorn balls and good luck. Getting into hand 38 now. Tyler Colness will fold. Over to Barry. Barry will fold. And Mark's going to look down at 7-4 suited. He'll push his cards in the middle. Nikki will do the same. Back over to Martin in the small blind. He'll call. We'll see if Mark just checks his option, and he does.
Got heads up actions to the flop here.
Flop comes 5-10 jack.
Seat 3 bet.
No help to either player, really. Mark still in the lead with his queen 3. And Martin will be first aggressor with the worst hand, and Mark will fold to that. And Martin takes down blinds and antes with a little raise in there as well.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys.
So sorry, Susan, in the Facebook live chat. I don't have a list of names from both tables. Just have who we have at the feature table. But we're just a few short people away from coming down to one table, and then you'll get to know all the players' names left in the tournament at that point. So Mark is all in. King 10. Tyler is. Tyler would call this. It would bring him down to just over $1 million in chips. Tyler counting chips out, maybe considering a call here.
Attention players. This level will end in 1 minute. After that,
So this level will be ending after this. We'll have a 10-minute break in the tournament, but we are going to end the live stream now or at that point. And Tyler maybe hearing that the break is coming, not wanting to ruffle too many of his own feathers, and will fold. So we're going to take a 10-minute break where we're watching live coverage, and will do again from the Listen Inc. Monster Stack at the Canad Inn in Grand Forks. My name is Brian with the Dakota Poker Tour, and we're going to find out the conclusion. We'll be back for final table action, or we got one more hand, a bonus hand. We got a bonus hand, folks. So hold the door. Maybe we'll see some fireworks coming into the last hand.
attention players. It's time for a 10-minute break. Please stop play at the end of the current hand.
So Mark with pocket tens will raise it up to 150,000. Nikki will fold. She'll take a break. Martin will fold. He'll take his break. Mark will fold. He'll take his break. TK will fold and take his break. Now it's up to Barry Traub whether or not he wants to tango, and he does not. So Mark Chapman will win going into break. Again, we'll be back once it cuts down to a final table. We have 4 eliminations left. $7,750 on the line to first place. We will be back for that final table action. Stay tuned. If you haven't yet, subscribe on the YouTube and Facebook, and we'll see you guys all very shortly for final table action.